Hey, it's Nikki Thompson, and you're listening to Tea with Nikki, embracing your sexual energy. And I'm so excited for this episode. So this is part 2 of our 3-part series, which I'm giving you a beginner's guide to masculine and feminine energies. And last week I was talking all about why women love to talk and essentially why men need to listen better. And today I'm going to be talking about the impact of your cycle on decision making. So if you haven't listened to last week's episode, which was episode 21, I highly recommend it. But you don't have to listen to that first. You'll still make a lot of sense anyway. So don't forget to subscribe so that you can get all access to all 3 parts of this series, the beginner's guide to masculine and feminine energy. And come and join us in our free Facebook group. The link is in the show notes, or come find me on social media and just ask me for the link to the free group, Momentum. And in this group, we have challenges running every month. We've got different trainings happening inside there, and we continue the conversation of what's happening on the podcast. All right, so let's get into it. So the impact of your cycle on decision making. This was a topic that came up after a conversation I had the other week with Ollie. Now, this is a really, really interesting topic because for me, I realized that I'm super emotional, but always kind of tried to pride myself on not being emotional because I felt as though that wasn't strong enough. And since I've been on my own sexual energy journey over the past 4 years, I've realized that being emotional actually makes you a fucking strong woman. Being emotional and being emotionally intelligent is definitely a journey. I'm not going to say like I mastered it, but it's definitely a journey. And I've come such a fucking long way since I started this journey. And it has made me realize that being an emotional woman has helped me live a life with so much more depth than I ever have before. So today's episode, I am not a doctor in any way. So I'm not going to be talking about what, the different hormone levels are, because I think that will get really confusing. I know unless I see it on a graph, I get really confused of what hormones are high or low at different times of your cycle. But I'm going to give you a really basic concept of the fact that at different parts of our cycle, we need different things. We need different support, different levels of support by different people. We need to be supportive of ourselves at different times of our cycle rather than relying on other people. And this stuff just blows me away. Learning a lot of this, I've actually learned a lot of this in the book Beyond Mars and Venus. So I think it was John Gray. Yeah, he wrote the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And that book is about 25 years old, I think. And so he's written a new book, Beyond Mars and Venus. And he's also an incredible biohacker. So what that means is a person who is super into how to get the best out of your body by giving your body like the best nutrients, the best support, the best like being in the best health, and how that impacts every part of your life and business and everything. And so I've been getting so much from his book, and this particular segment is mostly from his book and then also from my own experience. And holy shit, it just turned everything upside down for me and was like a massive aha moment. Because I always knew, I know as a woman, I've got different hormones at different times of my cycle. I know that I get Pearmas quite, I wouldn't say severely. I'm just very emotional, and I'm aware of that. A few days, probably about for 4 days, I'd say, before my period hits. Super emotional. And this is the worst time for me to be making decisions just before my period. I'm super emotional, so I will literally just say whatever or do whatever I need to do to get through that time. And so making significant decisions is not something I'm going to do at that point in my cycle. And then when I get to my period, I need to kind of hermit myself a little bit. I try not to do too many social activities. I like to really go inward. I like to have a lot more rest. I like to have a lot more of a break. And I try not to work as much in that week. I still work, but I don't hammer in the interviews. I don't hammer in loads and loads of content and all that kind of stuff. It does mean that the next week I'm like pretty full, but that's okay. And so when my period finishes, like I feel like I am at the top of my game. I feel like a fucking new woman, to be honest. As soon as my period finishes, I am just feeling amazing. And this is when I try and do all of my top level work. So it's when I try and run my programs. It's when I do more of my promotional marketing stuff. It's when I focus on planning out major things that are happening for work. So I run a mastermind, I have online programs, I have one-on-one coaching, I do a live event every few months. So this is the time that I try and do that, because I know my energy is going to be high. I know my focus is going to be through the roof. I know that I'm going to be able to channel like nothing else, and everything that comes through in that time is just amazing. And so it feels so good to be in that state, but also just like anything, I don't stay like that. So that will probably last me at the peak of it, probably 4 days, but slowly wearing off after about 7 days. And then I'm like, I'm cool, I'm good. And then it slowly moves then into a state, in the middle of my cycle, which is when I'm ovulating. At this state, I know I need a lot of sex. I need a lot of attention. I need a lot of hugs. I need a lot of attention by people. Definitely my partner, but also other people. Like I need touch. I need attention, because I usually feel a lot more vulnerable at that point. I feel a lot more feminine at that point as well. Like I feel really feminine. And I can tell when I'm ovulating. If you don't know when you're ovulating, or if you don't ovulate, or if you are on the pill, it can be a bit of a different situation. But for me, when I'm ovulating, I can tell it's like a different discharge, like a bit mucusy discharge, which is when I know I'm ovulating at that point. The worst thing is that I'm like get particularly horny at that point, and obviously the most likely time I'm going to get pregnant. So I'm very aware of that. So I just take precautions there. But for me, I know that is what I need. So I love having loads of snuggles with my kids on the couch and just having lots of attention with them, and doing a lot more stuff, just with people. And then as I get just after that will last for me about 4 or 5 days. And then after that, there's like a period of time where I just love to kind of, just before I hit that PMS stage of like very emotional, I kind of like to connect with other people. I do know I need to connect more socially with people, and that usually peaks just after my period and a bit before the PMS hits. I love doing art classes. I'm obsessed. I love doing dancing. I love doing all that kind of stuff. So that's a bit of a summary of how it works for me. Obviously, we can, if you want to know what hormones are up and down and everywhere else during your cycle, there's heaps of information online, and also check out John Gray's book. I really hope that's the right name. But anyway, if it's not, I'll put it in the notes. I haven't got the book next to me. I should have. And it's that I don't feel like the exact hormones and all that kind of are essential, but he does also talk about what activities can help, especially in a partnership, for your partner to understand your cycle and what support they can give you at different parts of your cycle, and how they often, like especially during the PMS stage where you're really just emotional, if they understand that they can be more sympathetic and less defensive. Like if you're snapping at them, they're like, oh, okay, yep, I get it. It's all good. Here I am. I can be your verbal punching bag for a little bit. And they just know that it's not a personal attack on them. You're just dealing with a lot of emotions right now. I don't think I'm ever that bad, but I know that women can find that quite challenging. And over the years, it's definitely improved. And to be honest, I do love the emotional roller coaster of being a woman. I love the ups and the downs. It's exciting, but also understanding it better. And I love the journey that I've been on and that I am on, about understanding and learning more and more about our cycle can have such a dramatic impact on how we can live better. And that's what I'm going to be talking about next week, is how tapping into your feminine energy and how you can, the more you understand, the better you can live your life, because you understand what is going on. You understand that why you're feeling like this, what support you need at this time, what do you need to do for yourself at this different time to really optimize that space. So for me, in the period just after my period, I know that I'm going to be on fire. I want to try and work as much as I can in that period of time. And then the week during my period, which is just before it, see, it works really well. I don't want to work as much. I'm a lot more tired, which is when I love like cooking with the kids, or just doing movie nights with them and just kind of chilling out at home. I really love that in that week. So it's just understanding what it is. And so I feel as though I can be my best in each of those situations because I understand it. And that's really important. And that can help you make better decisions in your life as well, when you know when you're going to be less emotional. Can be helpful. All right, so next week I'm going to be talking about tapping into your feminine for your best life, and that will be the final part of our 3-part series. If you have questions or want to come and chat about this episode, come and join us over in our free Facebook group called Momentum with Nikki. Come and check us out. If you want the link, it's in the show notes, or you can send me a message and I'll send it to you. Or come and find me on my website, social media, wherever it is. And I would love to chat. This is my thing. This is what I love. This is what I know everyone needs to learn as well. All right. I hope you have the most epic week, and I'll chat to you next week. Bye.